allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks, Jane. Okay, before we get started, just want to make a couple announcements. When you approach the podium, please let us know who you are, the business you represent. Please talk loudly into the microphone so the viewers at home can hear. And if you've got plans, you can lay them out at the table next to the podium. So, little business on our end. Has everybody had a chance to review the minutes from last month?
Yes.
Okay, Greg, your mic's off. Okay, do we hear a motion for approval?
I make a motion approval of the minutes from last meeting.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, great, thank you. And we have a couple items under old business, and our first one tonight is DRB 2025-65, the application of Johnny's Pizza at 369 West Lancaster Avenue for window vinyl. Hi, Brian.
Can you see that okay?
Yep, there we go.
Okay. Anyway, we made some adjustments for
Brian,
the
let us
door.
Let us know who you are.
Brian Unoviak, Sign Studios,
Okay, thanks.
representing Johnny's Pizza, Stratford Shopping Center. We reduced the size of the logo on the door. It's 2.35 square feet. The door square footage total, we could get 15.83 square feet. 15% of that is 2.38. We're below the actual maximum. And then for the windows square footage total is 111 square feet. 15% of that is 16.65 square feet, and the actual calculations depicted is 13.87 square feet. Again, you're below the maximum that we could have.
Just for the board to know, this is planned business zoning, so a lot of the businesses are allowed 20%, but planned businesses only allowed 15% of available window space. So,
But isn't it calculated for each window?
It's the aggregate, right?
well, the problem is if we add up the 4 panels, it gives the merchant the opportunity to put complete coverage, possibly in one panel, or close to full coverage. So we usually look at each individual panel separately. So I think that, Brian, would it be a hardship for your applicant to shrink those down even further, so each window meets the 15% criteria?
We've done this in the past as far as leaving the other ones blank, and that's why I showed that the other ones are not going to have anything else on them.
Right.
But yeah, the visibility there is not very good.
Well, I mean, it's an area where your sidewalk's right next to it in a shopping center, so nobody's going to see it from a distance or want to see it from a distance. It's a walking area. So, but I'll leave it open to the other board members and get their opinions on that. It is a little bit of a gray area in the code book.
Does the code read total window? Does the code read total, or is it?
Yeah,
is
it's
it each individual
total.
window?
You can kind of read it both ways, Greg. It's one of those things.
So I've always put that into more of the discretionary area. Like if you're going to block an entire window and use it for that.
You're on, I'm sorry. Okay.
If you're going to block an entire window, then we have it under our discretion to say that's not something that from the aesthetics of the design doesn't work for the township. I mean, in this one, I have no problem with how this actually flows here, because you're talking about the windows are underneath the awning, they're back recessed off of the roadway, so there is some reasoning for why you would want to have a little bit bigger of the design. Whether it makes that much difference, I don't know. The coloration of it, I think, also plays in here, right? You're talking about white and red, so it's not like it's going to be that. It's going to still have some opaque look, and you're still going to be able to see into the side of the store, which I think is ultimately the main purpose of the limitation is that you don't block the windows, you can't see in and out of the stores. I think that's part of my interpretation of
Yeah.
that. So
And
when
it
it comes
leaves-
to the actual, whether it needs to be each window or whether it's the aggregate, I don't know that we've ever had a distinction, because I think we have at times looked at it as the aggregate of all the windows combined versus
Right.
each window. So, I don't know that this is the hill I want to fight or die on for
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah, and also, these 4-panel windows appear to be one window. Do you know what I mean? They are the front of the store.
Right.
And there's 2 complete open ones.
How much space is in between each of the windows?
Actually, if you look at Johnny's Pizza and also the pizza, actually, you could actually see through that. So, that's all clear glass. So it's not like we're putting a panel with a logo. It's actually, each letter is individually laser cut or, cut with a plotter. Same thing with the pizza. The absence is the glass. It's clear glass. So you'll just see the red or no, you just see the red in this case.
By,
Yeah,
like, by, what, 2 inches at most?
2 inches
So
at
it does kind of
Yeah.
essentially make one entire glass
Yeah,
wall.
I mean, I've got no problem like this. I mean, they're not trying to cover one full window, so it's
It wasn't
it's
like
not an
we had
issue.
that one, the dog with a doggy daycare or something where they wanted to block the windows
Right,
completely through.
right,
And
yeah.
It's like,
Okay, so just to confirm, the door's off to the side, and you're within the code for the door.
Yes,
On the
correct.
Table, and that's the picture there, okay?
Yes, correct.
So now you have the remaining aggregate window space, all 4 panels, the 4 panels there.
No, the door is treated
Oh,
separately.
separate, I said that, it's separate.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
the 4
yeah.
panels now.
Yes, correct.
So we take
There's
the
4
aggregate
panels
amount
there.
of the panels, then you're within the amount, you're within the.
Oh, yes, correct. We're actually way below. We could get 16.65 square foot. And really, I mean, we're, boxing that out. If we were to
Okay.
have
All right.
even looked at it tighter,
Yeah.
it's actually
So
smaller.
being the fact that it's aggregate and they're below, I don't have a problem with that.
I don't
I
either.
think that's a
Great.
fair,
Yeah,
I think that's a fair compromise.
Great, thank you.
Something that's a little gray.
I mean, they're also the windows above, right? That's why I'm also-
Yes, correct.
That's not included
Yeah.
in this calculation.
And we want people to actually see in because they're making the pizzas and it's.
No, but I'm talking about they're different, there's
another window.
panels above
Yes.
these as well.
Yes, correct.
Clear story.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm okay now,
Okay.
Yeah, okay,
because of for a number of reasons, I'm okay.
right, okay, good. All right, I think we're in agreement, Tim. You're good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
The board's good? Or, excuse me, Justin?
As long as we are reading the code to say that that's one aggregate window, that's a total
Yes.
that we are doing. We
Okay.
are not doing per pane.
Right, right, okay.
Then it meets code.
Right,
If
and I
that's
think the
what-
visual he's showing us is
It's
good.
realistic, it's fair.
Yeah.
Where that demarcation comes down, I don't know, like you were talking about, if you have a division, like a divider in there of like 3 feet, does that make it separate? Maybe, but here you're talking about they're essentially the same units holding the same windows together.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's aluminum all, yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Right,
exactly. so
yeah, it's a little tiny aluminum.
Okay.
All right, good.
Just
Tim,
as a
Tim,
aluminum
take-
raceway between them.
In the matter of DRB 2025-65, I move to approve the application for the vinyl applications on the windows.
Here,
I second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you
Thanks,
so
thanks for
much.
hanging in there.
Appreciate it.
Okay. Next application tonight is DRB 2025-62, the application in Nudi's Cafe at 600 West Lancaster Avenue for exterior painting. And just to let everybody know, this applicant was in last month. They wanted to paint the brick building black. The board wasn't in support of it. We've asked them to come back, and they're here tonight to show us the new plan. So,
Yes, we are.
thanks for coming back.
Good evening. I'm Carl Stratton with Nudies, and this is Ray Nudi from Nudies.
Hey, Ray.
So, pretty straightforward. Here, you can see this is looking at the front of the building from Lancaster Avenue, and we're going to leave the brick as it is. We're going to be painting the,
He's going to need a microphone.
sorry. We're going to be painting the,
Handheld?
excuse me?
We have a handheld mic if it's easier for you.
All right, thank you.
We're accommodating.
Thank you. I'm nervous, so I'll be pacing.
Nervous, you're fine.
So you can see the area around the windows that are painted white will be painted black fox. And then the front door will be beeswax, and that's consistent with our logo. That's really so that's the front of the building again. Then this is now looking west. This is on Old Sugartown Road. Again, the area around the windows will be painted the black fox. You can see the sconces that you approved last month.
Were they gray? What they are?
Excuse me?
The keystone above the window, sconces, not the sconces, the keystones above the window.
That's just existing. It's stone.
Oh, it's stone, so you're not going to do that?
We're not going to touch it. Nope. And then this is now on Sugartown Road facing east. And I'm sorry, I completely got past on the first page. We're going to put the white triangular area above the porch. We're going to be putting hardy board up there, and we're going to be painting it the same black fox color. So there. So then this again is on the Sugartown Road side facing east. The triangular area overhead, we're going to be putting the same hardy board up there and painting it black. And then the window frames again will be the black. And then the back of the building, again, the same black trim. The left-hand door will be trimmed in black. And then what will be the main entrance, which is where the drive-through is right now, will be painted in the beeswax. So that's...
And what color is the roof? The shingles? What,
It's,
excuse me,
it's,
sir?
a, it's a slate, right?
Slate roof.
It's
a slate.
roof. Okay, so
So we're
it's
just
not
power
black.
washing
It's not
it.
black. So, oh,
No.
okay, that's great. All right.
Yeah. And that's the design.
Comments from the board?
Well, I like the color, so I'm happy with it.
Yeah, I think it's a good improvement.
In the gable, what's that about here?
I'm
One
sorry,
thing
Greg?
to-
You had a
I'm
comment?
reading the notes from Justin.
Okay.
Wall sign in the gable, not in
I appreciate you guys coming back. You know, it's kind of a historical area, because when you look at it, catty corner to your building is the old Covered Wagon Inn. And when CVS built their new building there, they're required to keep a portion of that building up. I think George Washington, believe it or not, stopped at that Covered Wagon Inn. Across the street from you is the original Braxton property, which is, God knows how old that is, the stone building. So we want to kind of keep that historical look, and you've got a group of brick buildings right across the street from you. So I think it'll be in keeping with the area. So I appreciate that, yeah.
And I know you've already been working and you had to trench up the front, Lancaster front. So I know that you're going to be re-landscaping. But since I've been to other nudies properties, I know the landscaping will be lovely.
Thank you. But we just, they had to put in the meter for the fire, for the sprinkler system. So they had to put it through the front there, so, we had to level it back out again for this.
I noticed not part of the application, is that the only signs going to be in the pediment there?
They're going to come back.
We're going to come back for that.
We'll be back in 45 minutes.
Yeah, not even.
Oh.
They're on tonight's agenda.
Okay, we'll wait.
No, they're going to be back up.
Unless you want us to do it now.
No, you gotta.
We'll have you come
We
back.
have to keep
in
you
a
all
couple
night. It
minutes.
wouldn't be any fun if you came in
Yeah,
and left.
Okay. All right. Any other comments about the building, the facade?
No, I
Feeling
think
good?
it's
Everybody's
actually
good?
a nice way of refreshing, and I
You
appreciate it.
guys did a nice job, and we appreciate you keeping some of the historical brick there.
And Justin's got a comment before we make a motion?
Just one question, so the board can understand it, and possibly myself too. On the back facade, the parking lot, there's a green area that looks like it may have been a former walk-up ATM or something like that. Will brick replacement be needed there?
Yes.
Okay, and so the attempt will be to match the brick that is there?
Yeah, matching. And
Just so
the
that
board
the board-
approved that last month.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
We're good.
But it would have been easier to paint the brick, to match it.
Understood, thank you.
Just thought I'd
All right,
throw that
great.
in there.
No, this looks great. This is a lot, big improvement.
Yeah. Jane, can I ask you to make a motion, please?
Yeah. For DRB 2025-62 for Nudies Cafe at 600 West Lancaster Avenue, Wayne, PA, I move for approval for the colors on today's application. The trim will be Sherman-Williams Black Fox. The front door, the door surrounds will be Sherman-Williams Beeswax, and the James Hardy, what do they call them? The James Hardy sidings will be Black Fox semi-gloss.
Okay, great. Do we hear a second?
I'll second the motion.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
See you in a few. Next on tonight's agenda is DRB 2025-49, the application of the Radnor Crossing Apartments at 284 Ivan Avenue for an update of a previous approval.
Good evening. Neil Hammerschlag for Scully Company, owner and manager of Radnor Crossing Apartments. Should be noted that my son ordered a pizza from Johnny's and waited 2 hours for it, and it was worth it.
That's good to hear. Yeah.
So we basically, I don't even remember when I was here a couple months back, we got approval for an exterior patio. It's a multifamily asset. And between this board's approval and our dealings with the township, we were denied on our grading permit application due to impervious coverage. So what we did basically was, it's the same patio, it's just reduced in size and slightly reoriented. So I'll dispense with the majority of what's in that package since you've already looked at it, and I'll just kind of show you the pictures.
Are you now within the impervious?
Yeah, I've picked up the grading application. We're clear. So what we did was, we basically, where the kitchen is, we brought it kind of inboard. And then, so we reduced the square footage of the stone. And then there was a fire pit that was supposedly a built-in feature of the patio. And we made it a gravel kind of offset so that we don't have any impervious issues. And kind of tried to explain that via email, which didn't work out so well. So thus my presence.
Okay. Questions or comments?
Yeah, it looks nice.
Looks good.
I think it looks nice too. Thank you.
Okay. And Justin, we're good on this?
We are good.
Okay, great. All right. Anything else you want to bring to our board's
I think we've
attention?
gone through it all. If you guys have any questions, I'm happy to.
We went through it last time you were here.
What's that?
We went through all that last time you were here.
Yeah, we did.
Right. Okay, good. Hey, Greg, can I ask you to make a motion, please?
On a matter of application on DRB 2125-49, Radnor Crossing Apartments, located at 284 Ivan Avenue, Radnor, PA. Update to the previous approved exterior patio with California kitchen, pergola, and seating area in the middle of a garden-style, multifamily community. Access to this new community's amenities. I make a motion to approve.
I second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Have a good night.
Very
Thank
much.
you.
Appreciate you coming back. Next on tonight's agenda is DRB 2025-66, the application at Caliper Collision at 392 West Lancaster Avenue for one ground sign and one wall sign. And again, this applicant was in last month. We asked them to stop back and asked them to make the sign a little smaller. So let's see what you have tonight.
Yep. Good afternoon. My name is Adair Hernandez, Facilities Manager and representing Caliber Collision. So per the last meeting, we were asked to reduce the signage on the, reduce the signage on the building and have it in between to the right of the man door and to the left of the windows. So,
Yeah, we just felt it was too large for
Yeah.
that area, and you have neighbors right across the street looking at that, so
understood.
yeah, I
So.
appreciate that.
15 feet above the ground, and then to the bottom of the sign, it would be technically 13 feet and 2 inches.
Okay. Yeah, you're allowed 50 square feet, so you're
Yep.
well within your size there. So, you guys good with that?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, all right.
To the next would be the
Full sign.
pole sign, which I understand was grandfathered in, I guess?
I don't know about
We don't like that.
Lack of a better, yeah. So,
Too sure.
we had actually changed the design. Last time we had a white background with black lettering, so now we inverted it to black background and white lettering.
Okay. And your pole's 14 feet from grade, so you're within code on that, and
Yep.
your size is okay, so that's pretty clear-cut applications, so, yeah.
Yep.
I'm good.
Okay. No questions, comments? Nope. Adair, anything else you want to mention to us?
Nope, pretty simple on this one.
It's a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
In the matter of DRB 2025-66, I move to approve the application for the wall sign and pole sign as submitted today.
Do we hear a second?
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, great. Thanks, Adair.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate that. Okay. So that kind of wraps up our old business, and now these are under new business. The first one being DRB 2025-67, the application of Bright Star Care, and they have withdrawn their application. Next will be DRB 2025-68, the application of Nudi's Cafe, 600 West Lancaster Avenue for one wall sign and one ground sign. Want to use a handheld?
Thank you.
Okay.
I guess my 45-minute estimate wasn't good, but
We're
So
moving
again,
along tonight.
I'm Carl Stratton from Nudi's Cafes, and this is Ray Nudi again from Nudi's. So Greg, actually, there's two signs. There's this one, and then we'll look at a second one in a second. There's an existing ground sign there. So as you saw on the prior drawing, we're proposing to put a Nudi's sign here in the area right above the front door. And those are our logo colors, which is the black fox and the beeswax. The sign calculations are shown there in the center of the page. Well under 50 square feet is the maximum size, and ours is only 16 square feet. And the top of the sign can't be higher than 15 feet off the ground, which it will not be.
Okay.
Any questions on this sign?
Pretty cut and dry. Tim,
Yep.
you're good? Yeah.
Then you might recall the bank had an existing sign
Yes.
that's facing either east or west. So we're going to just be in the top panel, which is right now the blank light blue, will just be our logo there. It's actually striped, which is perhaps hard to see here, but we have like a darker black and then a lighter black stripe where the Nudi's Cafe is.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
That's kind of consistent with like the,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. We have it the same way, and the Audubon location
Yeah.
is done the same way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the sign calculations are also shown there in the center of the page.
At nighttime then, is it going to be pitch black when it lights up?
We're going to do outside lighting.
I'm sorry, Ray.
I'm sorry. We're going to do outside lighting, shining,
Oh, it's
stationary
gonna be
light. Yeah,
spot.
yeah, spotlight, thank you.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
All right,
Yep.
good.
And then on the front of the building, we have the overhang light.
Right,
Yeah.
it'll be just one single gooseneck
Yep.
on the
Yeah.
front, so.
Yeah.
The only thing I would just caution, whoever you're going to use for the sign, make sure that the fasteners cannot be shown. They need to be a hidden fastener, so.
Okay.
Okay, we'll be sure.
Yeah, sometimes guys put bolts right through them or whatever, so it doesn't look good.
Okay. And then the last page just shows the computation about footage, the sign complying with the frontage along Lancaster Avenue, which it does.
The, I assume you're going to have signs in your parking lot?
We weren't really, they have signs there. I didn't
Right.
figure on using them at this point. I mean, because they had it with the teller, the drive-through, they had different signs, arrows showing entrance and, which I don't see really needed at our point for that.
And
Yeah.
I know there's like entrance and exit signs.
Yeah,
It's
that's
kind
what,
of a
yeah,
tricky
yeah,
location.
yeah. I mean, we weren't going to put like a nudie sign on them or anything like that, but they had like one way for the drive-through on the one end.
Right.
And then exit. and-
Enter and exit
Yeah,
off
but
of
Sugartown and whatever that side road is. But it's wide enough for, it's wide enough for both in or out. It was more for the rotation, I believe, for the drive-through.
We should really probably have them come back for any additional signage, parking lot signs, enter and exit signs and stuff
Okay,
like that.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
Yeah, when you go down that road.
Yeah,
makes
okay.
Another visit,
yeah,
so.
it's fine.
How many spots are in that lot?
We haven't, we redesigned it, though. Can you see? I can't see that one. It was enough to make the square footage of seatage, whatever that was.
Are you, I'm just curious, are you closing the one in debt on?
Yes, we're going to relocate that one over to the one
You
in
have a
Wayne.
lot more parking spaces in the new space?
Pardon me?
Are there a lot more parking?
Yes,
That was- The parking
yeah.
was your problem, was it?
Yeah, and then
Whole Foods, right?
I was renting the lot beside me with the Stones, and now this person in front rented that store, so we sort of lost, we're going to lose those parking spots also.
Plus, you also probably have more interior space here.
Yes,
Considerably.
yes.
I mean, I got to the one up on, it's the Swedesburg one.
Right.
I hadn't been in that one before. I've been by it many times,
Yeah.
and I got inside, and I was surprised at how much space there was.
Yeah,
inside
it's
there.
really, it was a Denny's at one point originally.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what they built, yeah. So, but yeah,
Was that
yeah.
your fourth store, fifth?
16th,
Yeah.
15th, and 16th is under construction.
Okay.
Yeah. As of this morning, there were 16.
I hope it stays 16, not less.
We're also interested in, the trash has to be enclosed, and I don't see that on this plan.
Well, it's actually, there's a one there located already where the bank had it. The
Oh, okay,
four
where the
posts
bank
are
had it.
in.
All
We
right.
just have to put the fence back up around it.
So you'll put the fence.
It's in the back corner, or the back, middle of the back.
Oh, the main entrance is now gonna be on the backside then?
Yes. Yeah, we're gonna, the front is emergency exit. We're gonna have everybody come through the back, through that the door under the awning.
If the main entrance is on the back, is there a sign, Nudies Cafe on the back? Would I miss that?
No. we
You'll
didn't
know
put
they're
them
there?
No, they're there. I
Yeah,
don't-
yeah,
I cannot
yeah.
read it.
No plans for,
Probably
no plans for
follow
one
the
right
line.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else, Jane?
And that's it, I don't know.
If they redo the landscaping, like you said.
I already mentioned the landscaping will probably be redone because all the nudies usually have very nice seasonal color and et cetera, et cetera.
Does that include planter boxes, like vases also have to be approved, or just
Wait,
hard
you're gonna come
landscaping?
in for outside dining?
Yeah, I mean, for the, the planters outside. Like, I put a lot of planter boxes out front.
I know.
Yeah, is that considered landscaping, or is it the hard landscaping?
Here we go down the planter box story
Yes.
again.
I know
Well,
past
it's more of a,
administrations weren't big on
what's-
planter
what do they
boxes.
call them?
I'm not sure.
Not planter boxes, but vases or,
But several restaurants in Wayne have planter
Yeah.
box. It depends, I think, on the type.
Several
of
do,
plant.
several do not.
I know.
So, yeah, I would have to revisit the code to give you a definite.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't
thank you,
wanna-
Al.
That is,
I don't wanna
that would
do
be
that
in the
to 'em.
parking lot area and not on the sidewalk, like.
No, be in the parking lot area.
Yeah, we intend to be back in January, February to talk about outside seating.
Right, okay.
So that would be the
We'll-
time where we would
we'll
be
look at
addressing
at
that.
point.
Well,
Yep.
Justin has
My-
this
Parking lot,
thing.
it's not.
My suggestion would be to propose it when you come back for that outside
Yeah.
seating. Propose it exactly how you would love for it to look, and then we can
Yeah.
address it at that point.
That's great.
Yeah. I know the previous health inspector for Radnor Township, he said that the rats harbor underneath the,
But if you take
pots
care
and
of
stuff
them,
like
they
that,
don't.
so kind of walk a gray area on that, I guess. But yeah, we'll revisit that when you come back for outside dining. How's that?
All right.
Okay. All right. Any other comments, questions for these gentlemen?
No.
Anything else you want to add tonight? I think we're good. Okay. Whose turn is it? Jane's, maybe?
Right.
Okay.
For DRB 2025-68, Nudies Cafe, Wayne, 600 West Lancaster Avenue, Wayne. I move for approval to install a new wall sign on the front of the building, over the front door, and update the existing monument sign with the Nudies Cafe logo and the street number. And the applicant will return for signs in the parking lot and for outdoor dining.
Okay. Do we have a second?
I'll second the motion.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Ray,
much.
lots of luck. Thank you. Okay, you bet. Thanks a lot.
It's easier for me to get there.
Next application tonight is DRB 2025-69, the application of Anthony Wayne Movies at 111 West Lancaster Avenue. They've asked for a continuation.
Move to continue?
Okay, here a second?
second.
Okay. all
I
in favor?
second.
All in favor? Very nice.
Aye.
Okay. All right. Next is DRB 2025-70, the application of Belrose at 333 Belrose Lane for revision on 2 signs and facade renovation. Hello there. No, not at all. Okay.
Let's get ourselves in focus.
You're not coming tonight.
All right.
Coming December.
Hello, esteemed board members. My name is Joseph Daimler. I'm with Barbara Giesel Design, representing the owners of 333 Belrose. We have a few modifications to some of the previously approved work, which includes signage and some additional minor tweaks to the facade and fencing. Previously, it was approved to remediate an existing fence with lattice and paint it black. We're instead going to propose a new fence to match existing height and configuration in cedar to weather. And it's going to have a board and kind of batten design to match the existing facade of the building. And you know what? I will pull up the 3D rendering, which
You
I
guys wanna
think
look at
will
this
help
Piece by piece, or do you want?
Piece by piece.
piece by piece.
It's a lot here.
Want to do the fence first
Yeah.
and then the colors?
Okay.
All right.
All right.
How high will this new fence be?
It will match existing. The existing height is noted as 8 feet.
Which you understand is 2 feet above code, right?
So our impetus was apply for matching existing. If we need to lower it, that's not an issue. But that is what is there.
Okay, so just ask Justin, I guess the opportunity for his business is to go before the zoning hearing board for relief, if they want 8 feet, or go to 6 foot. And,
Yeah, it is exactly as you stated. If they
Right.
want relief, it's zoning hearing board, otherwise reduced to 6 feet.
So for the existing fence is 8 feet?
The existing fence is 8. Once it is removed,
Oh.
it
then
is
it's-
now.
Now
just
I
falls
got it.
in-
It's not
there
for
you
your
go.
weight, can't replace it.
You got it, Jay.
Okay.
There's your option.
Okay. Is this something that we can approve through staff or as terms of revisions if we
Well,
need to?
We should be able to approve the 6
Okay.
foot height tonight.
Yeah.
We can
Okay.
approve it. We can
Yeah.
approve the 6 foot.
Okay.
And then if you wanted to get 8 feet, you would go to zoning
Okay.
code. And we could say that if zoning code approves the 8 feet, we are okay with that,
Right,
right?
Okay.
since it's existing.
The nonconformity has been removed at this point? The existing nonconformity was removed?
As of today, the fence was still there.
So the fence remains at the site. It's just once they remove it,
Gotcha.
it now is subject to current code.
Here.
Okay. Okay.
The only roof part of it, leaves both there.
And I think you have 2 fences, correct?
The previous fence was already approved, so the lattice around the chillers and the dumpster was previously approved. That has the lattice on it,
Okay.
and is again painted, that one's painted sympathetic to the building color
Okay.
previously
All
approved.
right, this is the one around the back of the building as such, the one we just spoke of.
Yeah, the back of the building is the one we're applying for today, which is currently the red cedar. In addition, there's an existing railroad tie planter on the front of the building, right here. Our proposition is to remove that and replace with freestanding fiberglass planters that would look like a uniform single planter. Let me find the image of that. And again, here's an image of that right there, showing putting new planters.
What color are they?
Like a gray. The previously approved building color was a blue-gray. So planters would be sympathetic to that.
You're not painting the planters, that's how they come.
They would come pre-finished.
The commercial grade plastic, they're very good. They last through all sorts of, freezing, thawing and stuff like that.
So it's a little different than Nudi's previously, where he wants to put individual pots, it sounds like. This is a continuous
Planter.
planter box as such, so.
And there was an approved one there now that was approved under the old health code.
Right.
And as some of us here know, this used to be the greenhouse. So it's leans very heavily into having seasonal flowering
Sure.
plants around it.
Mhm.
And that's one of the reasons that I like going there.
And there's no outside seating now on that side, that area.
No, this is just the parking lot.
No,
And,
no, it's not.
and this is the existing planter right here, you can see.
Okay, so we're good with that?
I'm good with it.
Okay, Justin?
And per the site plan, that will not impede any walkways or anything like that for people that will walk in the way they have it, so, just to let you, the board know.
Correct.
Okay, it's just a in-kind replacement, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, okay. All right, good.
Okay, so we have the fence, we talked about, the planters.
Mhm.
And the next one is the sign.
All right, we'll go to the signage. So the previous signage was approved as a light gray with black text. The new proposed color scheme is sort of a dark gray-blue, which our printer did not capture that color quite as nicely. So this is the color of the background of the sign with white text, is what's proposed. Same letterings, same size to match existing. We are proposing to clean up the monument post itself. Sort of looks like a guillotine, and just simplify it a little bit. And then uplight it with existing landscape lightings that are already there.
Same height.
Same height,
Same
same size.
Okay.
And then here you can see it with a single post. And then the only maybe slight difference would be, it would be filled in on the side as well.
Is that backlit?
No backlit.
Oh, you're,
Underlit from existing landscape, yeah, spots. Again, it currently looks like this. Again, call it the guillotine.
no, it was.
All right.
Okay, so we're good with that?
I'm good with it. I think change is better rather than a fork and an olive. I think having a rose there for
Yeah.
Bell Rose is
So
better.
so we did approve.
You don't
this.
say.
We did approve it. We're just
I
changing
believe
the
it was,
color. a little bit.
July of 2024, when we approved the sign, so just making a color adjustment, so. I'm sorry.
We approved the 6-foot. We also approved the 8-foot contingent upon zoning approval.
I don't remember, to be
Can we
perfectly
do
honest
that
with
or
you.
not? How does that work? Do you have to come back?
If zoning gives them the okay for 8 foot,
No, in our motion,
yes.
don't we have to,
Yeah,
can
you-
we approve it contingent on approval from the zoning
Yeah,
board
mhm.
for the 8-foot fence?
Right, right.
So that way they don't have to come back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Okay, good. Okay, all right, so we'll look at the wall sign.
All right, so the wall sign is facing King of Prussia Road. Again, so it's this one right here. Again, it would be in the new design with the new color, same size, same height, and there's existing uplights that either will give a tune-up or replace in kind.
Okay. And again, this sign was approved in, I believe it
The
was
sign
July
was
of
previously approved in July. Again, it was just approved with a light background with dark text.
Right, okay.
So you're keeping it the same size, same location, and I would say the same degree of intensity or strength, or it's not that bright, it's the same thing.
Yeah, this is the color right here. It's very nice, kind of soft blue,
Appreciate it.
gray blue.
Good. All right, we're good with that.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Oh, I see where they are. Never mind, never mind.
So we have some additional minor modifications to the front facade. One is removing these little awning windows and the built-in in-wall air conditioner and patching, repairing the sidewall in kind. We're also proposing adding divided lights to the upper clear story windows up here, which are currently 1/1s. So it'll look a little more historically appropriate. Kind of see it on the oblique there.
All right, and the cuts are in our sign package.
And for those, we're going to modify the existing sash and provide an applied divided light. And then one other minor proposed change here is currently this little pent roof here is painted the sidewall color. We'd like to propose it as a copper. Yeah.
Good.
right. The last minor modification to the facade is the replacement of the existing, I'll call them Nantucket onion sconces with a new fixture, which I have the cut for in my pile here. Bear with me a sec. Here it is. So this would replace the kind of Nantucket onion-style fixtures on the front of the building, at or very adjacent to the existing locations.
All right, we're good with that?
Yes.
The existing ones, are they larger or smaller in footprint on the wall?
They're about the same size.
If they're larger currently, then you just gotta make sure that they're cleaned up and.
Yeah, we'll make sure if they need, a block behind them and that the sidewall is patched as necessary. Here you can see them right here. So they're comparable scale.
So right now, the business is closed for renovations, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, so when do you expect to reopen?
So hopefully soon, at least
Okay.
hopefully in the new year.
All right, okay,
We're excited.
all right, good. I think it's a nice
Yeah.
cleanup there,
It's
basically.
making it look nice and fresh.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's good. All right, any other comments, questions from the board?
I think it's going to look better.
Justin, you're good with everything?
Nothing else to state.
Okay, anything else you want to present to the board tonight?
I think that's it.
You did a nice job there, it was a good application.
Thank you.
Appreciate that, thank you. All right, what do you say, Greg? Want to take this one?
Yeah, sure.
Great.
On the matter of DRB, says 2025? This can't be right. Yeah, it's 2025-70, yeah. Belrose Cap at 333 Belrose Lane, Wayne, PA. Motion to approve the color revision of the previously approved rebranded signage in existing locations, including removal of front planter that's deteriorating, replaced with standalone planters, replacement of the rear fence around existing patio. Is that the 6-foot one?
Yes.
Okay. Motion will approve the 6-foot replacement fence. If it's to exceed 6 foot, we'll approve contingent on the approval from the zoning board. New fence to complement design previously around the walk-in boxes at the front of the building. They're still under 6 foot, right?
Yes.
Those were previously approved.
Yeah.
They were previously approved, okay. Removal of the 2 windows and air conditioning unit on the 2nd floor at the front facade. Addition of the surface applied mullions to the 2nd floor windows to match the rest of the building, along with the replacement of the sconces
And the copper roof on the
and
bay window.
the copper roof over the
Bay window.
bay window. Is that all the pieces? Did we miss anything?
think
Yeah, a
you
lot
covered
going
it.
on.
Okay. All right, do we hear a second to the motion?
I would just modify it in one little nuances. As to the fence, if it's still presently there and it's being replaced in kind and that it doesn't require approval of the zoning because it is a replacement of a non-conforming use with an existing similar in-kind use, that it doesn't require it, then we agree to it too. That plus, if they need to get zoning. Just open it up a little bit, so if it's a way to get through without zoning or
I
whatever.
agree.
So,
I agree
good.
with that.
Okay,
subject to that modification, I second.
all right, so all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, all right, great, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Okay,
Time for the true debate.
Looks good.
Yeah.
so next on our agenda tonight is DRB 2025-71, the application of Wawa, and they've asked for a continuation to December.
Move to continue.
There a second on the,
Second.
okay, great. All in
Agree.
favor?
Aye.
Okay, super.
So I guess
All
our
right.
December meeting just got a lot longer.
Yeah, our December meeting will be December 10th, so, yeah, it'll probably be a long meeting.
A long
Yeah,
Maybe not. I think they're already, Wawa is by right now.
yeah, we'll see,
So,
yeah.
They were always by right.
Yeah.
And,
So also on our agenda tonight, under number 6, under new business, 6A, we have a zoning code discussion. I think most of us are aware what's going on with the
Do we make you
language.
go up there?
I'm sorry?
Do we make you walk out there and present out there?
You want to
No,
go?
no, do you have to go?
No, no.
Now he's got to go out there and use the mic.
Right. No, but, so we've got kind of a, I'm sorry?
They're allowed to say.
Never mind.
So we have a little bit of a controversy that the code is been in existence almost 35 years. It's kind of, the interpretation has changed in the last couple months as to measurements of wall signs. And we need to change the language to make it a little clearer and really more beneficial to the business community. As
Oh,
it stands
definitely.
now, a store with a small frontage really doesn't get much of an opportunity to show signage. So we just need to clarify that. So I guess I'm going to ask Justin or Lisa or Steve Norsini, what's the procedure? How do we move upon this?
Thanks, Mr. DeMick-Antonio. So my suggestion would be you bring the changes to your board, and you all discuss it as a board. Take a vote at the end as a recommendation to move forward. I will then take those changes, give them to the township solicitor, and he would put them in whatever proper formatting lawyers do for ordinances, and it would be introduced at a board meeting, and if voted on, it would then come back for adoption.
Okay.
And what I might add, if you're in the mood to do more, what came up tonight was intriguing. 280-123 signs and planned business
Right.
and what Mr. DeMick-Antonio noted, aggregate panel. You know, I read it one way.
Yeah.
If that's something that so pleases this board, if you want to bring both those forward, that's fine. You know, if you want to just do the one, but if we're going to go through the time and expense to do it, if there was another or others that you felt needed clarification, I would recommend that this be the time that you do them in the aggregate.
Yeah, I do agree with you in some ways, but I don't want to hold up the merchants who may be coming in for signage and force them to go to the zoning hearing board and spend a lot of money. So I would almost be in favor of let's get this off our plate. I think that code really needs to be picked apart and analyzed. There's a lot of gray issues in there, and I think we should do a more extensive cleanup of the code. But let's just, like I say, try to get this off our plate, and if we can get it done in a month or two, it'd be great for the future applicants who are coming in with this small frontage. Yeah. And I know there's going to be a couple coming before us soon.
And if Tim can look at this, that would be great, and if Greg and Colin and all of us note comments and get them back to you before next month.
Right. I think most of us had a chance to look
I
at
think
it.
I'm ready to go forward with, if
Yeah.
we're trying to, and like Bob is saying here, to try to, instead of doing comprehensive overview of
Rewrite.
the sign provisions and the DRB's codes, let's address this one, that's what you're saying. Let's knock this one off, because we know it's something that would cause, especially small businesses, a hardship, I think, and this is a way to get ahead of it,
Right.
because of the new interpretation of this.
Before,
Greg, your mic's off.
so how are we, because this is where I got confused, since I've only been on the board for almost a year now. What was our interpretation before?
Interpretation before, let's
The
just say.
signs that we were approving?
Yeah, okay, let's
I
just
think you
say.
should go with the language, right?
Yeah.
So the language says currently, and I'm gonna read it off of this sheet,
Yeah,
because
there
Bob has it, right? It says wall signs, and this is in 280-122, right? Where it defines wall signs, it says the total sign area of all signs placed on any one premises shall not exceed 2 square feet for the first 15 linear feet of the building frontage, plus 1 square foot of sign area for each additional foot of building frontage, up to a maximum sign area of 50 square feet. Now, that's the portion that's come under new interpretation or further review beyond our board. And I think, and Bob, you can correct me because you've been sitting here forever on this board, but the interpretation that this board has always taken is that when it's talking about shall not exceed 2 square feet for the first 15 linear feet, that was 2 square feet for each of the 15 linear feet.
So if it was 15 feet, it would be 30,
30, exactly.
which is 2 feet high, 15 wide, or whatever that would
Exactly.
be.
So you have,
yes.
like, if you have a 15
Yeah.
foot, you could have a 2
Exactly.
foot.
Which
on your-
most
on
of the town follows, if you look at it right
Yeah.
now.
Right.
It's pretty close, okay.
I think that's in large part because of the continuity that this board has had in leadership.
Yes, that's it.
But, and then that for each additional linear foot, you get 1 square foot.
Yeah. You
So
just-
it's the juxtaposition between the square foot for just the linear foot and the first 15, is it 1-to-1 or 2-to-1, then 1-to-1, or how does it go? And so, I never took an issue with it. I thought it was something that was resolvable and clear in the language, but the interpretation of it now is saying that it would only be a 2 square foot sign if
For
you
the first
have
15.
15 linear feet.
Okay, so our recommendation is, that's what we're changing, is to put what we believe we've been following in more specific wording, so we don't run into this hardship.
It's to
for the
resolve any
merchant.
ambiguity
Yeah.
and remove the ambiguity from the code that, to the extent that exists in there, to make it clear so that you don't end up having a building that's a 15-foot building that you essentially get a construction board.
Right, exactly. Which was never the intent. I'm assuming.
That's,
Don't know anybody
the
who
intent of it goes well beyond my age, but, or in this board. But I think, looking over the proposals, and we can talk about that here, the language that Bob, that you proposed here, to make it for each foot, I think that's the way to go, the most recent provision.
For
that
each
you've done.
foot, yes.
So that it'd be the total sign area of all signs placed on any one premises shall not exceed 2 square feet for each foot of the first linear feet.
Yes.
So, I'm sorry, so that is third draft, is that the one we're talking about, where
I
it says
think
third draft?
I think that's the clearest
So
language.
then I'll
Yes,
give that,
Each foot, I think.
that's the one I would give to the solicitor.
Yeah, I think that's the one that models what we've been doing the clearest, and I think it's not, I mean, when you start talking about the other ones, I think it gets a little bit, like you were saying earlier, Greg, the word shall, like, no, we don't want to have a provision in there that there's, you shall have a sign that's at least 2 square feet, no. If you don't want to have a sign on your building, you don't have to have a
That's
sign.
your
but-
choice, yeah, that's what I was worried
But,
about. So this should not exceed 2 square feet for each of the first linear feet, and then do you,
I think it actually,
plus
well, maybe
1
actually
square
should be each
foot
linear
for
foot, right?
each additional, because we dropped down to that 2-to-1
each
to the 1-to-1.
linear
Yeah.
foot?
Yeah, it should actually probably be each foot of the first 15 linear, for each of the first 15 linear, now we're getting into the language. This
Well,
is-
that's your thing.
It is my thing, but I like to do it during, 9 to 5. No, I think it makes sense.
I like the word each, really solved it for me.
Each does it, each foot, for each foot, I think it clearly denotes the 2-to-1, and that's the point that we're looking for, the 2-to-1
For the first
15,
and then it's
1-to-1.
1-to-1.
Yeah,
that was-
the each is what sets it apart from how the code currently reads, so.
word.
Yeah.
Your third revision
Me-
does seem to
You're an
settle
attorney
it.
in a former life, you didn't know it. No.
Bob, he's just played with them enough.
Yeah, okay, so
I like that.
with that on the table, should the 4 of us vote on that?
Oh, we don't call
Do we make a formal vote?
Do we make a formal vote?
Do you want to do the other one too? Because, I mean, this one makes sense too, because we have it here already now. We've talked about this where you're adding the website on.
Yeah, I was going to say, so if you want to do both of them, I would request that you have a vote, and then when we go in front of the board, we can say it was voted on
Okay.
by the board.
Yeah, I think, I mean, the proposal here to add website into 280-122 at, subsection 3 on the awning signs, and also for the freestanding signs, the logo and website. I mean, it modernizes the code. I think that's what needs to be done here, because quite frankly, we might want to even consider it being broader than website. Like at this point, and this is now we got to have to talk about a subjective issue. And thank you for all coming. Now you're seeing the sausage being made now. But I personally don't want to see signs in the neighborhood that have QR codes on them, but that's one way of communicating.
But
Or
wait,
like
wait,
your
that's-
Twitter account, is that something we want on a sign? No, but like, do I care if they have the
Well,
you know,
so-
like their website? That's easier.
But what if the business, as things evolve here?
Yeah.
That it's a certain type of business where the website is really not the primary online site that they want their clients to go to. It may be a hashtag, it may be a Twitter account. So could we put here, why are we dictating a website address as opposed to the choice of a single online address?
Well,
That
who
way,
cares?
let them choose, let them.
Maybe if
choo-
it's not even online, right? Like, because what we're
Well-
talking about here is a mode of communication.
Okay, that's
Right?
true.
You're
Okay.
saying, we want it to have it published
I
on our
just said website
sign,
'cause I couldn't think
some
of
way
anything
of broadcasting a way that you can communicate or get access to us beyond just walking in our store.
Besides the physical address. is
It's
what
the
we're
phone
talking
number, right? Like you having a phone number on there, like you can call up the business off a phone
Okay,
number,
so-
that's on there.
Right.
That's one of those things.
Are
but-
we gonna put, okay, so, we know the address because you're physically there, that's easy. Now, about phone numbers, do they have the option to put the phone number on there?
Right now they do.
Okay, now the next one is an additional, however how we wanna word that,
Well,
an additional,
I wrote or, so we have to,
they can have the choice to put an additional I don't know, non-physical whatever how you would describe,
electronic address?
maybe electronic address?
So are we speaking of like Instagram or Facebook
But they-
marketplace
But I don't
type
know,
deal?
like, and then that comes, do we really want that?
Well, that's
Yeah.
the question.
Yeah, like that's the question. And can we say right now, obviously, we're talking about making a revision to the code as it stands right now, but in 5 years, we don't know what the way people are
Websites
gonna
might be dead.
Exactly. So there is, I mean, there is some discretion possibly that could be conferred to us as a board to say, hey, to make it a means of communication or identification. Like maybe, like,
Well, my concern is on the sign, I see Facebook, Twitter, and all this, I don't want you on all that. We just want them to pick either, whatever, how they want to communicate.
where this has
So,
been, yeah, go ahead.
can I just chime in,
Yeah,
Board,
sure.
real fast? So, two options as I'm thinking about it, and from this generation, the way they do move when it comes to shopping and business, they are quick for a QR code,
Yeah.
as was mentioned. However, if you're gonna put Instagram and email or any other things, those things change so fast amongst businesses that it will become obsolete very quick, because it's just what businesses do. Whereas the QR code is a quick change that may not have to come back before this board. It's a small section if that's what's chosen. It does not mean you guys have to agree to it
I
as a
mean,
board.
you're talking about the evolving way that we communicate and commerce, the evolution of commerce, right? That's what we're talking about here. We're trying to facilitate the commerce in our community without it becoming offensive.
Right.
And so the main reason that we've, in the years that I've been on this board, we cited this one more often than not to keep, the pizzas and hoagies and cheesesteaks
Right.
off of a pizza shop. Because we just don't want to have it say, like, here's your full menu up there clouding up the entirety of the sign.
You don't want the cornerstone effect.
So, I don't know if, websites does it for now, maybe that's enough for just gets it there now and gives it in the code for us to do it, because quite frankly, we're
But do
doing
you
it
really want
anyway.
QR codes up on signs?
No, I don't want QR
I
codes.
think
Yeah,
that
I
would be
think
awesome.
that's an
They want to put
opportunity.
it in a corner inside the building or somewhere in a
Yeah.
corner
that's their choice.
of their door, of their window. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
I'm
I
just
would have it happen on
suggesting,
a sign.
I'm just suggesting whether there is a way to broaden this to leave us a discretion, rather than us just as a board doing what we've kind of done and just assumed the discretion to do and say what we've done. Because technically, like when we say, yeah, if you're gonna put your website on there, it doesn't bother me.
Right.
Technically, it's not in compliance with the code, and so they could get knocked down, but they haven't.
Yeah.
And so, if we're actually going through this process, that's why I'm saying maybe now is the time to at least codify the website and see, and I was brainstorming to see if there's something more, but I don't know that there is tonight.
And Tim, just one last thing.
I love
If it is the website, you guys would still have discretion as to whether the website, maybe you want to put it in the language, whether the website language is appropriate to be seen by all.
That's very true.
That's just another thought, because it is technically words stating something.
Right, yeah.
not worried about the order.
Okay, never mind.
So what do you think? Should we just leave it as website? And, you know, if those merchants want to put a Instagram or QR code, let them do it in their glass or some other appropriate place.
Inside
but
this,
keep it off the awnings,
keep it off the awnings, keep it off the awnings and the
signs
signs.
and stuff like that. Like you said, they could litter it up with 4 or 5
I mean,
different.
I'm not gonna get into that one,
Facebook,
because
this,
now you're
that,
getting
and the
into
other.
free speech area, and I don't wanna get into free
Yeah.
speech on the sign.
Okay.
I was sitting there, I'm like, I know what you're talking about, but nope,
Yeah.
nope, 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 nope.
Okay. So what are you saying, Tim?
So what do you,
Get
what do
back
So
to
we're
my-
just gonna go
my
back to-
private life, I like private easier.
Okay. So are you saying leave it as,
I would just go with website for tonight,
okay.
because I can't think of anything else,
too.
but I was,
Yeah.
like, if there was something,
Yeah.
then we could.
Okay.
And if, as things evolve in commerce, we'll just
And we can leave the.
do what we've done before and then assume responsibility.
Right, right. Okay. Would the board be okay with that then? We're just gonna leave the website and let it go at that, rather than open up a big can of worms there with, you know,
Okay.
every other social media that's out there and, yeah, littering up signs.
Okay.
and
Sorry for
stuff.
even saying it, but I was just trying to brainstorm.
No, I appreciate that. That's good. Okay. All right.
So just so just to confirm, there's a building. And for some reason, I don't know why, it's something strange in the township. It's 15 foot in the front,
Yeah,
and it's 7 feet narrow. I mean, it's a crazy, 10 feet narrow. Then the sign in the front would be 2 to 1, which would be 15, which would be 30 square feet. And the one on the side, how does that work? That follows the same side
well,
rule?
only if they're on a corner property, are they gonna get a side? So-
You only get one unless you have two frontage.
Yeah,
If you have 2 frontages, do you still get a whole nother calculation
right.
on that?
So a different calculation for that.
Or some with three
It's the side calculation that we have in the ordinance now.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm good.
okay, good. All right. Why don't we make a motion?
You make.
No, we'll have Tim make it.
Tim's gonna make it.
He's the attorney. So,
Spend too much time looking at it.
any other questions from the board, from the
No, I would just,
township officials?
Oh, let's make sure, cross out, number 1 and number 2. We're talking about number 3 here.
Okay,
I'll put it in here, so.
are
it's-
you gonna read that out? The way?
I'll read it out.
Okay.
okay. You guys okay? Steve? Okay.
Are your citations good in this?
Go ahead.
I didn't go that far. I had trouble finding this little SESy thing to use.
No, this is not a separate matter, is this?
Try to find
All right.
that in pages.
With respect to the new business that has been undertaken tonight to discuss the sign code for Radnor Township, I move to recommend, is that how, Mr. Norsini, is that what we're doing? We're recommending to,
Recommending,
the
Design
board?
Review Board is recommending the following changes to the code to be solicited, to be submitted to the solicitor for further action.
got it. I move to do what Mr. Norsini said, to recommend modifications to the code to be presented to the solicitor for further action and consideration, and addressing possible ambiguities in the current language of the code, specifically section 280-122, and the subsection C2 addressing wall signs, that the first sentence of that section be revised to state that the total sign area of all signs placed on any one premises shall not exceed 2 square feet for each foot of the first 15 linear feet of the building frontage, plus 1 square foot of sign area for each additional foot of building frontage up to a maximum sign area of 50 square feet. In addition to the change for the wall signs that we are recommending, we are also recommending changes to the locations of the awning signs and freestanding signs to include websites and, if not already stated, logos in what is permitted to be displayed on those signs.
And my mistake, forward to the solicitor to introduce to the Board of Commissioners.
I
And
like
Lisa will take that, right? Because that's the step, right? We have to go before the board.
That's what, exactly. So, subject to the correction that Mr. Norsini made, I make my motion.
I'll second the motion.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, great. Thank you, Tim. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Nicely done, Tim.
Thanks, Tim.
All right, I guess that concludes our business for tonight. Everybody have a great Thanksgiving. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Well, your mic's off. You're ready to go. Right. There you go.
So I'm glad we did this, but what is our proposal in the next 6 months for some of these items that we've been kicking the can down the road, that we've just discussed for briefly here? Do we establish that during a meeting, that at the end of a meeting in January, February, we're going to spend, the last part of 30 minutes or 15 minutes going through certain parts of the code? Is this done outside of this meeting and then brought as a proposal like this was? So
For the purposes of sunshine laws, I would say that nothing that we do is done outside of the purpose of this meeting here.
Right.
If you want to independently take on the obligations of looking through the code yourself and come back and present and say, hey, I've looked at the code here, I see something here, maybe we should address this, and then we have the conversation and do what we did here. Where if we see another one where it's like, hey, let's do it, then we do the recommendation and have it go to the solicitors or present to the Board of Commissioners.
just like Bob did.
Yeah, exactly.
So but is there something more formal that we want to do where we're going to we're going to go through each month, we're going to walk through the code to get through it? Is there a process we want to follow or some kind of agenda that we work through it and make a commitment to it? Or, how's that work?
I think that we can meet to do it. We're not on, we're not on meeting.
We may still be on.
No, you're still sunshine.
I mean, Board, I can make a suggestion. We ran into one tonight.
Yeah.
The 280, 123A,
Yeah.
where we had that feeling, is it the aggregate or is it the actual
Right,
pain?
right.
That's just a note that needs to be taken by someone on the board to say, hey, how do we feel about this at another time? So we ran into one. As we continue to do this, we will run into them. I'm not saying that's the way we should play it. I'm just saying they expose themselves as we continue to work through
But,
these situations.
I can say that back in the late 90s, another member of the Shade Tree Commission, we looked at it at our kitchen table, and we basically X'd out and and then rewrote it, and brought it to our board and was discussed. Because you sort of have to look at it and bring something for everybody to talk about. But just as you said, it could be piece by piece. But and I was concerned about the sunshine act too.
Yeah, as much as I love, and I truly do find joy in going through the language and playing around with this stuff, I on a personal level, I actually don't have time to commit to doing anything formal right now. Like, I'd love to sit down and go through the entirety of the Radnor Code and have fun and crossing it out, but I don't think I have time commitment for that.
Okay.
Well, I think we do it.
But like Justin was just saying, I think that when this happens, when we see something like that pop up, maybe we, at the end of the meeting, put something on the record of saying, hey, let's entertain this topic at the next meeting, and then it pops up on the agenda.
But from a standpoint of the process has to be followed, from the solicitor to the board to the commissioners, should we bundle them together, like?
I mean, for the cost savings, for
Cost
the, I think
savings,
because every time it goes to John Rice, it's a cost for the town.
Exactly. That's what Steve
That's
was
what that's
recommending.
what I was thinking.
That's what Steve was recommending
and I agree
today
with that.
about 280, 123A. He was recommending, let's just slide that in with it. So discuss it
Normally, I would agree,
now.
but I think we should slide that in with a few others that we
Yeah.
find. as
Understood,
opposed
but
to,
that's what he was trying to
This is a
get
little more
at.
urgent because we're penalizing merchants, and I think that's the problem, that's what we don't want to do.
The
Understood.
vinyl on the window is not something as costly as the sign on the building, so.
Or the lack of the sign.
Exactly. So I think there's reason for tonight to have gone through. Maybe we just try to independently, think about it.
Yeah.
And there's no structure that requires us at these meetings to not entertain these. We could at every meeting be like, I recommend this, but like Justin was saying, like every time we do that,
You can't
You
do
wanna
it that
bundle.
way.
well, it's another, 0.3 to 0.9 or on attorney's fees.
Yeah, it's,
Which, look, as an attorney, I got no problem doing that, but as a taxpayer, I
I have
represent.
a problem with the taxpayer.
Okay. All right.
All right.
All right, guys.
All right.
Good
Well,
conversation.
at leisure.
Yeah.
You can just look at the code instead of doing other things.
There you go. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. See you in December.